Hey Aquarius, I hope you're doing fantastic. Okay, the Three of Swords, heartbreak, some sort of pain, some sort of despair. Now, what's interesting here is I feel like this isn't even so much a theme because something ended, or because you are ending something, or because you knew something was coming to an end. Again, I feel like this is love related because it is the Three of Swords, but it could be career, could be family, could be something like that. But this is an ending. You're looking for some sort of closure. Maybe you've gotten some sort of closure, but there's still a little pain behind it. The Three of Swords, it can be heartache, but I feel like for a lot of you, it's more of a, like, I'm ending the heartache, or I'm going through it. I'm progressing forward off of the tail end of a heartbreak. Does that make sense? Because I feel like for some of you, this isn't like, oh, we broke up now and we're going, like, this is more of a, it's kind of overflowing and you're trying to kind of close it out or get a grip on it, or you know, get rid of the pain and move into a new cycle of what's coming. Okay, we made the decision to end it completely, or I did, or they did, whatever happened, and now I'm kind of going through the motions of being done with the situation. All right, the next card you have is your current position. You have the Nine of Swords, which makes sense here. The Nine of Swords is anxiety, depression, but it's an illusion of something happening that isn't. It's like a paranoia. It's mentally in your head. It's almost like, did I make the right decision? Did we make the right decision in ending this? Did I make the right decision in getting a new career? Did I make the, what? You're almost second guessing yourself. But this is you fearing something like the worst, or fearing, oh man, we ended this relationship, or I ended it, or I ghosted them, or they ghosted me, whatever happened, can I get through this? Will I move on? Will I go forward? But it's fearing something without having any reason behind it. Now, you may be like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Of course, I ended the relationship. Now I'm wondering, I'm second guessing. But in reality, the second guessing is just because it's something that was familiar, something that was, in your face. And now it's more of the fear of the unknown. Where do I go? How do I move on? What if I don't move on? All these things accumulating that, again, are something that you can change, that you can move into the direction of course, I'll meet somebody. Of course, I'm an amazing person. I'm this amazing Aquarius, and I'll meet somebody 10 times better, or 10 times more suited for me, or find something healthier. The next card you have is how you're feeling. This makes perfect sense because you have the Hermit card, which is Virgo's card. You could have Virgo placements in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Virgo. Like I said, I don't want to make this completely about reconciliation or the other person, but right now that's kind of the way this is flowing, because the Hermit card is gaining wisdom, a spirituality, going within, and also very much about solitude. So I feel like, Aquarius, you're in the space where you are clearing up from a situation that didn't do you any good, or hasn't done you good in a long time, a situation that hasn't felt good in a long time, that hasn't been healthy in a long time, and doors were closed, and maybe there was no closure. Maybe that's part of this anxiety because you don't have the closure, or you guys never got the closure. So you're kind of like, are we completely done? Are we not completely done? But the Hermit card is solitude. Okay. It fiercely points, it points inward. It points to self-healing. It points to going into your man or woman cave and saying, I choose to survive. I choose to gain wisdom from this, and then free myself from the burdens of whatever the situation was. The Hermit card, again, like I said, the solitude of, I'd rather be alone than deal with the bullshit or whatever that came with this situation. Whatever came with this situation, you no longer choose to deal with it. You no longer choose to feed it energy. However, you are somewhat second guessing the decision. The next card you have is the universe telling you. This is your distant past, but I immediately went into that because this is exactly what I figured we would start to see. This is your distant past over the past 5-10 years. Could be throughout your childhood, but this is Chariot, which is Cancer's card. So you could be dealing with a Cancer or have Cancer placements in your chart. But the Chariot is forward momentum, and the universe is saying, look, in the past you've dealt with situations like this. as much as they suck, as crappy as they can be, you've always moved forward and found something better. Again, I always feel like people feel like it's conceited to say, I found something better. It's not that you're better than another person. It's not that somebody's better than you. It's that the situation doesn't suit either one of you. It's not healthy, and therefore you guys are better separated or not in the situation. The Chariot card is saying the universe is urging you, move forward, move forward, move forward. Trust and believe in the decisions you've made, regardless of the pain that you may endure. This is something that I feel very strongly the universe is trying to tell you. Look, with the Chariot, this is about self-identification, understanding what's good for me and what's not good for me. You're okay to drive the Chariot by yourself for a while. Some of you, it's a codependent, or, you know, I had a friend a long time ago who I was like, you bitch. But she said to me after breaking up and getting back together, breaking up and getting back together with a person in my life, after like the third time getting back together, she looked at me and said, really? Okay, I see you're taking the easy way out again. And I was like, screw you. Like, who do you think you are? And then I realized she was right. It was easier to go back to that crap and deal with the anxiety and stress of it than to move into the unknown, than to move forward driving the Chariot on my own. It was easier to get sucked back into the, oh, broken promises, things aren't going to change, we're not healthy for each other, than it was to move on to the unknown. Even though we all say we want to move on to the unknown, we want the healthier, we don't always mean it, or we don't always know how, or we don't always feel good about it. But I think you're gaining the spirituality, and the universe is urging you, if it's not something that's healthy for you, to move forward and drive the Chariot for a little bit by yourself. The next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past 2 weeks, past month or two, and you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is abundance. It's very interesting. I feel like you're counting your blessings and you're starting to realize the good things that you have in your life. Not that you've sat there going, oh, my life is shit and da-da-da, which sometimes we do. We all have been there. But this is kind of like, see that chain? I know this is like a skull, but for me, it always reminds me of a heart. And I feel like this is you, Aquarius, saying, I have so many things to be thankful for. There's so much abundance in my life that I see the blessings, but there are certain situations, whether it's love, whether it's a job that's not working out for you, a career that's not working out for you, family members or friends that, you know, shouldn't be sucking up your energy anymore because they bring you down. This is you recognizing there are so many good things to look forward to and so many good things to feel blessed about, that why are we allowing this one situation or a few situations or a few people to keep the chain around us. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Page of Swords. Now the Page of Swords is you looking for some sort of answer, looking for the truth. For some of you, there was a ghosting. You ghosted them or they ghosted you. I feel like you are going to still seek some sort of closure, or you're going to feel like, again, did I make the right decision? That anxiety is still going to be here, but it's going to be in a different form where it's not so much anxiety. It's more like, I'll eventually see where this leads to, or I'll eventually see the abundance that I know I can have. But you're like looking for the clearer picture. You're looking for the clarity of, when am I going to know that this was the best decision? Even though you know in your gut that it was, or you know at the time it is needed, that at the time it was the best decision for you. The next card you have is your immediate future. So, and you have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is peace, joy, family. Again, I think this is you reflecting on what's to come, reflecting on a sense of peace. Even though you come in with this heartbreak or this anxiety, it's almost overwhelmingly peaceful, because even though it sucks and it's hard and it's hurtful, there is going to be moments of peace at the end of this month. And I think going through the next couple of months where these moments of peace are going to feed into this ability to close out this chapter or reopen this chapter if that's what's needed. But right now, I feel like throughout the rest of the month, even with the heartache and things, you may say, well, shit, that's like kind of, you know, an oxymoron, isn't it? Or that's kind of like not reflecting correctly, because how can I find moments of peace when I have this other crap I'm dealing with? But that's the thing, you will start finding peace, because you will realize that your stomach's not in knots because you're not fighting with this person, or you're not dealing with this boss, or you're not dealing with this family member or this friend who no longer lifts your vibration. They bring you down. The next card you have is anything tangible for the rest of the month. And you have the Page of Pentacles, which is just work, like you understanding that you need to be practical and responsible, that, you know, you still have a life to live, kids to take care of, fur babies to feed, etc. The Page of Pentacles is like, yes, I aspire for something amazing one day. I aspire for somebody to drive the chariot with me. I aspire for new love, a new career. But right now I'm being practical and I'm changing what I can, and then I'm leaving things that I can't change right now to kind of continue in due course until you can make those changes. So the Page of Pentacles is kind of like, I know what I can change. I know what's practical. I know what's I know what, you know, differences I can make now with this Page of Pentacles, but I'm still going to aspire to grow and continue to make developments and make decisions that make a banner year. The next card you have, yes, is how you're feeling. And really, you're kind of like, I'm just trying to focus on work. I'm just trying to focus on responsibilities, family, kids, fur babies, you know, the mortgage payment, the car payment, whatever it is. Because the Eight of Pentacles is work, 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 work. You're kind of like, I don't have time for this type of anxious energy, this type of pain. I don't have time for that. I'm going to focus my attention and energy on the things that kind of make my life tick right now, and gain these moments of peace and abundance. Because again, here you realize the blessings, and so now you're kind of like, I have a job, I have a roof over my head, I have food on the table. If you don't and you're looking for a job, then, you know, there's going to be success here in finding one. If you you know, are having a hard time finding a place to live, there's going to be things that change that coming up very soon, to where you have the basic necessities you need, if that's something you've been lacking. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome. And you have the High Priestess, which is saying, you know what, universe, you take on this burden. I've bared this burden for a long, long time. I'm not interested in continuing it anymore. I'm not interested in feeling this anxiety. I want these moments of peace. I know I can have them once I lift this burden, or once I decide to focus on other things. Then the High Priestess comes in and says, look, you know, I'm lifting burdens. The High Priestess is like, allow the universe to help have your back. Allow the universe to help as well. You can't control everything. You can't, there are certain forces here that are helping you that maybe you've been blocking for a long time, or, you know, the signs have been clear in your face on which direction to go, and you haven't listened to those signs, or you haven't listened to your instinct, or whatever it is for you. And the High Priestess is saying, allow me to step up and take the wheel once in a while. Allow me to lift some of these burdens for you, by you paying attention to what the universe has to offer and what the universe is showing you. The next card you have is your outcome. Yes, and here you are, building up the vibration. The Queen of Wands is very full of ferocity, very confident, very sensuous. This person, male or female, I don't apply sex to the cards. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's like, I've got this. I've got this. And I think part of it is going to be knowing the universe has your back, knowing that you don't have to go through this alone, knowing that you can drive the chariot by yourself for a while, but it doesn't mean that you'll be driving the chariot by yourself forever. The Queen of Wands is like gaining my mojo back, understanding like, hey, I got this. I can handle this. I don't need the drama or the BS or any of it to get through this. I got this. I can handle this. The Queen of Wands is confidence, is building and building and building. Then you have the King of Pentacles, which is stability. I feel like for some of you, it's, you know, job stability or home stability, something that you've needed for a while. But the King of Pentacles is a sense of freedom in certain aspects, a sense of, you know, gaining momentum to the top, growing and growing and growing and growing. It's interesting because you have two kings here. So it's kind of like you're starting to amount to your best self. You're starting to, you know, leave this page and go through the motions of becoming the king. Again, the King of Pentacles is, like I said, the stability and feeling like you're the one in control. Like, you're the one who, you don't have to feel this pain or this heartbreak or this hurt anymore, because you're going to guide yourself into, along with the help of the universe or whatever spirit you believe in or whatever it is that you feel faith in. The king is saying, you know, you and this energy are guiding yourself into the best direction for your life, into the best place that you can feel a lot better. Just, it's weird. It's like recovery is what they're saying, like feeling a sense of recovery. Now, you have temperance, on top of which temperance is patience, balance. It is moderation. It's understanding. It's also Sagittarius's card, so you could have Sagittarius in your charts, but temperance is about patience. And I don't think you're rushing anything. That's why you're being so practical. That's why you're working really hard. You're kind of like, it will come in time. Forward momentum is coming towards me, but at the speed that it moves, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's fast or slow. All that matters is that I'm gaining some sort of balance, that I'm gaining some sort of peace in my life, and understanding the difference between the peaceful moments and the sick to my stomach cringing moments. And then you have the Three of Wands and the King of Wands, okay? The King of Wands is very, like I said, you have two kings here, which is very good. The King of Wands is morale. It's having the sense of morale. And I feel like for some of you, this is you needing to feel that sense of morale, knowing that you made the right decision, or knowing that you need to hold yourself to a higher morale because maybe you got lackadaisical in allowing somebody to treat you. Sorry. I need to take a drink. In allowing somebody to exist in your life that just shouldn't be there in the first place. Like, that brought your morale down, that made you feel like that's all you deserved, or made you feel like that's all you could accomplish or achieve. Like, I can't find anybody better than this, or I'll never get a better job than this. And the King of Wands is you figuring out, no, but it's also magnetizing. People are now going to be drawn to you because your energy is going to be infectious in a very positive way now that you're showing up as the Queen of Wands. Then you have the Three of Wands, which is virtue, but the Three of Wands is partnership, planning, growth. I feel like this is growth, but I also feel like it's partnerships in a stronger connection with kids or with family, or a stronger connection at the workplace, or stronger connection in just your overall circle of people in your life. Because the Three of Wands, again, is growth and partnering and partnership. So I feel like you're going to be developing new or stronger bonds with people. It could be new love, but I feel like just in general, strengthening the bonds you already have, and going through tragedies or going through heartbreak and things oftentimes make us realize who our true friends are, or who the people who care and genuinely love us truly are in our lives. And that's what you've started to see. And that's where these moments of peace are coming through, is you're starting to realize this person has my back no matter what, and I have theirs no matter what. Now, you have the Lady, which is patience, okay? So patience, temperance. So whatever's coming towards you, and you know something big is coming towards you, something virtuous, something very, just, you know, feeling like for the first time in a long time, man, your 2 feet that you're standing on are stronger and more stable than ever before with these kings coming through. But I think that you understand it's going to take time. Like, it's not going to happen overnight, but you are heading in like an upward direction. You are heading in a higher, more positive vibration. Okay, let's pull your oracle card, and then we'll be done. And then I'll have your regular February reads out shortly, which we'll go back to kind of the usual style that I do them in. Okay, so you have Sir Sherman R. Snuffles. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. So the secret to getting ahead is getting started. And I think that's huge right now for you guys, because after what you have endured and the things you have been through, it's kind of like, all right, let's get started on the new moments. Let's get started on building, the rebuilding, the rebranding of who Aquarius is, who Aquarius wants to be, what type of people Aquarius wants in their life.